Assalamu Alaikum. How are you all? I hope that you all are safe back there. So here I'm back with another Ramadan vlog. And as always, in this video I'll be sharing few of my easy recipes. But in this video I have added in a dessert and a drink. So keep watching. So, as always, I just woke up and got inside my kitchen, and the very first thing I do is water my plants. My plants was almost dried off because of the very hot weather, so I just kept them indoor for a few days. So, after Asr, I get inside the kitchen, and today I'm gonna begin with the very first recipe, that is the chatti patri. Chatti patri is a traditional Malabar snack. It is more like a layered cake. We layer the crepe with the filling. It can be both sweet and savory. So here I'm gonna make the savory version. It is gonna be the chicken filling. So I'm preparing the dough. For the dough you need 2 cups of all-purpose flour and half a cup of corn flour. Mix them well with enough water. The dough has to be loose, not so thick. To this, add in an egg and some salt to taste. Mix them really well to a dosa consistency. Heat the pan and add in the batter. Cooking both the sides for 15 seconds each, make thin crepes out of it. Keep them aside until the filling is done. Now moving on to the next recipe, that is the prawns idli. For this, we need to make the idli batter, not the usual idli batter. Here, I'm using 1 cup of basmati rice soaked and 3 tablespoons of cooked basmati rice or white rice. Now to the blender, I'm adding the soaked rice, and to this, I'm adding the cooked rice. And then to this I'm adding 1 egg. And then adding in 1 cup of coconut milk. Some salt to taste and mix them all together. The idli batter is also done. Now let's go ahead and make the filling for the idli. Here I'm using 150 grams of uncooked cleaned prawns. To this I'm adding 1.5 teaspoon of Kashmiri chili powder and 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, some salt, and mix it really well. Add in a teaspoon of oil. Here I'm using coconut oil. Mix them really well. Now we are going to shallow fry these marinated prawns. To the heated pan, adding in some oil and adding in the prawns. Once cooked, keep them aside. Now to the same pan, adding 1 medium-sized onion finely chopped. To this, I'm adding some salt. The onion, add half a tablespoon of ginger garlic paste, 3 to 4 green chilies chopped, and saute them for a while. To this, we are going to add in the spices. So here I'm adding 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri chili powder, half teaspoon of turmeric powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of Garam masala powder. Mix them really well and then add in the cooked prawns. Saute them for a while and then finish it off with some curry leaves. And then moving on to the next filling for the chatti pathiri. Here to the same pan I'm adding some oil, and to this I'm adding 1 medium sized onion finely chopped, and to this half a teaspoon of ginger garlic paste, 3 to 4 green chilies chopped, and then adding in the spices, half teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of pepper powder, quarter teaspoon of garam masala powder, and half a teaspoon of Kashmiri chili powder. Mix them really well and then add in the shredded chicken. Moving on to the last and final filling for the chicken sliders. I'll be making some chicken sliders, so I'm making the chicken filling. To the pan, adding in some oil, and to this I'm adding 1 medium sized onion chopped. Saute them for a while and then adding in some ginger garlic paste, three to 4 green chilies, and some bell pepper. Here I'm using red and green. Saute them for 3 to 4 minutes. Once the bell pepper is soft and really cooked, we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri chili powder. Saute them really well until the raw smell is gone. To this, I'm adding in 1 teaspoon of soya sauce, 1 tablespoon of tomato ketchup, and 1 teaspoon of chili sauce, and some salt. Saute them for a while and then add in the shredded chicken. Mix them really well and the chicken filling for the slider is done. Now here I'm gonna make some mango custard. For this I'm using 2 cups of milk, and in another bowl I'm using 2 tablespoons of custard powder. Mix it with 2 tablespoons of milk and then add it to the boiled milk. Mix it really well to make a thick custard. Set it in refrigerator for at least 3 to 4 hours. Now moving on to the sliders. So I've got the slider buns from Lulu. cutting the buns from middle and then placing them on a baking dish. So to the bottom of the buns, I'm gonna add in the butter mixture. This is a garlic butter mixture mixed in with fresh garlic or garlic powder, some finely chopped parsley leaves and melted butter. Spread them evenly and then add in the chicken slider filling. And now I'm gonna add the cheese. Here I'm using cheddar cheese slice. Now close the buns with the top layer and add in the leftover butter. Cover them with an aluminium foil and this goes into the oven for at least 15 minutes in 180 degrees Celsius. Now we're going to layer in the chatti patri. For this, here I'm beating 2 eggs. Grease the pan with some butter or ghee. Make sure you're using a non-stick pan. Now we're going to dip in the crepe completely into the egg mixture and then place them onto the pan. Then over the crepe add in the chicken filling. 1 or 1.5 teaspoon will be more than enough. Spread them evenly and then dip the next pancake into the egg and layer it above the chicken filling. Continue layering them. And then, by the end, pour in the leftover egg mixture through the edges. Close the lid and keep them in low flame for at least 15 to 20 minutes. Now, let's go ahead and make the prawns idli. For this, to the idli tawa, add in the batter. Make sure you're not adding a lot of batter. Above the batter, add in the prawns filling. Very little filling. And then let's steam these idlis for around 10 minutes. Chicken slider is out from the oven after 15 minutes. Now for the mango custard, here to the blender I'm adding some mango pulp. You can even add fresh mangoes. Add a very little milk and blend it together to make a thick paste. To the custard we have made earlier, add in the mango paste. Mix them really well. You can even add a tin of thick cream to have a creamier and rich taste. I'm gonna add in this mango custard mixture to the fruits I've chopped in. Mix them really well. Add in some dried raisins and some nuts of your choice. Mix them well and the mango custard is done. After 20 minutes, the chatti patri is done. Time to flip in. Oh, look at that. Crispy out, soft inside. Now let's go check the idlis. It is also done. Now moving on to the drink, I'm going to make a pistachio milk. For this, I'm adding 1 cup of cold milk and half a cup of cold water. And to this, I'm adding some sugar and 3 to 4 cashew or almonds. And then to this, I'm adding the pistachio syrup and blend it all up. If you doesn't have the pistachio syrup, you can add 1 scoop of pista ice cream. It's done. Setting each one of them to the plates because it's almost time for iftar. To the pistachio milk, adding in the chia seeds, So my iftar table is done with some chatti patri, some mango custard, chicken sliders and some prawns idli. So if you all have liked watching the video, do let me know in the comment box below. See you soon with another video. Stay blessed. Bye bye.